And I'm going to ask you this question. And I know this is a question that can look very, yeah, this is a good question. This is not practical. And I'm going to ask you this question of what would you love? What would you love? And when we create a vision today, I can look at the conditions, I can look at my qualifications, I can look at the resume and all of my experiences. And I want you to go beyond what would you love if you could have a job or a position that you are aligned with, you would love to work in, right? So so as we create a vision, I really want to help you to create a vision for the job that you would absolutely love. If you had a magic wand and you could create any job, you could have any job, what would that job be? I want you to go past the absolutely, you have the qualifications, you have the skill set, but I want you to go beyond that and really tap into this question. What would you love if you could attract a job that you would love? What would you love? Go past that, right? Go past the resumes and the qualifications. So lean into that question of what would you love in if you could attract a position, or you're maybe already in a job and you would love to go to the next level. Okay. So we're going to design a vision, and I'm going to give you some design tips. Number one is notice your longing and discontent. Remember, the longing and the discontent are signals that life is sending you. And what does a vision do? It answers the longing and it dissolves the discontent. We want to describe it in detail, meaning if I could have a job, what would that job look like? Because our mind thinks in images. If I ask you, think of your front door, you're going to think of your color of your door. Maybe it has an arch, maybe it has windows on it. You're not going to think of the word door. So we want to describe it so we can think about it in imagery, so the mind can connect to it with imagery. We want to keep it positive because very often our mind goes into what we don't want. And today my invitation is to think what you do want and keeping it in the present. Why is this important? Because if I attract this job tomorrow or next week, if that was happening, who would I be and what energy would I be bringing into my day? That's why keeping it in the present, you're acting as if that you are already in the job, already in this position that you would love to attract. Okay. So I'd like I'm going to give you a few minutes and I'd like for you to really lean into this question. If I had a magic wand, what would you love for this position, this job, and maybe it's a different quadrant that you would love some clarity on. But let's focus on our work because that is the intention of this workshop, right? Is to create more clarity on the job that you would like. So before I go on, I want to kind of pause for a minute and ask, Laura, are there any questions?
So right now there aren't questions, but there is some really good comments about like some challenges people are seeing in terms of like negative thinking, making people feel overwhelmed. And so the process like of the direct result versus lack of results, and how some of it can feel like you have positive thoughts at the beginning. And then as you're receiving negativity, it's really hard to feel that positive thinking when there's just months of action steps with no results, as well as people, semi-retired feel like they don't have the stamina they used to, and thoughts generating feelings or vice versa. So a lot of times of like how it can be hard to face that rejection and still maintain that positive mindset.
Okay, awesome. No, these are great awarenesses that you're having, because I will share with you how, when you are going down that, you're waking up with you're waking up with energy and focus and excitement, and as you're receiving the rejections and as you're receiving, the no's, how to hold that. And I will share with you a way that I help my clients do that, is how to still hold the energy of, this is happening for me. And yes, in the level of fact, the truth is not there, that I don't have evidence that this is taking place. So I'll share with you how to do that. Okay. So I would like for us to journal. Pretend it is May 2024 and you've overcome your fear, the doubts that are holding you back. And now you've attracted, apologize, now you've attracted a job that you would absolutely love. Okay. So think about, remember, honor your longing and discontent. Think about, what would a job I would love to attract? And I'm going to give you some music. And remember, keep it positive, keep it in the present, and write down, what is it, a job that you would love? Okay. So I'm going to give you about a minute, and we can journal. Maybe you could put some bullet points. What are the job? What are the attributes? What are the kind of people you want to, work with? What is that ideal, amazing job? As you were writing, share with me in the chat. Did you notice something different? Did you write something that maybe you hadn't thought about before? Maybe, attributes, or maybe a different industry that you would like to work in. What did you notice as you were writing your vision for the job that you would love? Anything, Laura, coming up? No?
Not yet,
Okay.
but I think people are still meandering.
Processing.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Absolutely. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Oh, wait, I got one.
Okay.
Victoria said, I imagine being in my current industry, education, higher education. And Alicia said, I thought about how to connect my past work in digital library acquisitions with my lifelong interest in film and literature.
Interesting. Now, both of you, Alicia, and as you were writing it, were these ideas that you had previously thought about? Was this a new idea that came to you?
Victoria said not new. And Alicia said
Okay.
previously thought about.
Okay. 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 Great. Great. Yeah. And of course, we do it, I do this more at a deeper level. Of course, we're just scratching the surface right now, because there's more that goes into really creating this vision, creating more clarity and specificity.